Welcome to the No Labels Podcast, where my goal is to push you out of your comfort zone to achieve greatness, to pursue that thing that's in you, your God-given dream, gift, whatever it may be. It's no labels because I'm in a place, not was in a place, but in a place of trying to figure out my own destiny, my own purpose. So here I am as I interview others to pull from their journey, to pull from their purpose, to pull from their grind. I want you to get it live and direct. I haven't made it, folks. I'm trying to figure it out. So why not take you on my journey? And we do this thing together. No labels, where we talk music, hip hop, politicians, everything. We're touching everything. And I want to give you my perspective as a believer. Anyone can come to the table. Let's talk about it. No labels. Yo. This is No Labels Podcast, where faith meets culture, and I am your host, Willie G. This is co-host, Miss Audrey. And today, we bring it to the table my man, T.R.A.P. Tell the people who he is.
What's good, everybody? It's T.R.A.P. Coming out of Savannah, Georgia, by way of Pembroke, Georgia. I'm gonna sit down with my dog, Willie G. Chop it up.
That's what's up, man. So yeah, man, we're here today with my man, T.R.A.P., man. We're gonna talk hip-hop music. This is somebody that I grew up with, you know what I'm saying? From the playground to the palace, we here. This is what it looks like to support each other and not compete. You know what I'm saying? But let me go ahead and jump out in the water since you a rapper, a little icebreaker. You get it started. Top 5 MCs.
Oh,
right, hold on. I ain't done. I ain't doing it like the regular. Top 5 MCs. Minus Biggie and Tupac.
Okay.
Minus Biggie and Pop. Hove, no particular order. Hove, Pun, 3 Stacks.
You gotta have Andre.
Yeah,
you gotta have Andre.
Hove, Pun, 3 Stacks. Man, I gotta put him.
Yes.
That boy is talented. Eminem. I'm gonna say Wayne, man. Wayne been putting in work for a long time.
Wayne is 5.
That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say Hove, Big Pun, Lil Wayne, Eminem and Stacks, man.
Alright, man. That's cool. The top 5 right now. In the game right now.
As far as like new generation.
No, period.
New school.
Not new school. In the game right now. In the game right now. Hove in the game.
Yeah.
You can put him there.
Yeah, but I feel like Hove, man, you shouldn't even he in a different class.
Yeah,
so you would take him out.
I feel like you would have almost said Hove with Big and Pop.
Top 5 without Hove right now. Without Hove.
So I'm replacing one spot.
No, right now they gotta be living.
Oh, so it's not an all-time list, just a
like who's relevant right now?
List.
Who's
Okay.
in top 40 right now?
Okay. I like what Lil Baby doing, man. I like what my young people doing. I like Lil Baby right now.
I like Lil Baby.
I like Crit. I listen to Crit a lot. Cold World. I think it'd be disrespectful not to give some props to Drake. I'm not really a big Drake listener, but I know he's a beast though. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely a beast like that. So I say I'm missing one more.
Yeah.
Let me put a female in, man.
Please, this one is like right in front of my mind.
Let's not make it all about us. Let me drop a female in here, man. I'm gonna go Lauryn Hill, man.
Really?
I'm gonna go Lauryn Hill.
See, I was gonna say what she wanted you to say, but in my top 5, you know what I'm saying? I'm going Rhapsody.
Yes.
I gotta see Rhapsody.
I like her. She is dope.
Honestly,
I feel like she's still, you know what I'm saying?
Rhapsody 5.
She is. I feel like she's still like. You ever heard one of the top 5 spots though, huh?
You ever heard Layla's Wisdom?
I haven't.
Yeah, that's why you don't give her top 5. Once you hear Layla's Wisdom,
she in there.
That's okay. Her Layla's Wisdom is like
Cole's what's his Forest Hill Drive.
Really?
That's what Layla's Wisdom is.
Yeah.
I can't lie. I did sleep on that on Layla's Wisdom, so I will check that out.
Check it out, like today.
Really. I know she's dope though. I seen a performance she did on I think it was like a Black Girls Rock type thing. It was super dope.
Right in front, like dope ain't even like top 5. Like she one of the top 5 lyricists, man or female.
Yeah.
Right now she is.
Honestly,
Better pull it out right in the podcast. Boy, let's stop.
The only 2 people I see at the game in the game that can compete with her lyrically, like bar for bar, is Cole and Kendrick.
This is the thing with that, and I don't get too.
Hold on, man, for real.
Like yeah,
but like did you understand? But she rocks
back.
with like the Talib Kweli area. You know what I'm saying? And even Talib Kweli don't even get that
so she's
level.
like,
you know what I'm saying? But she rock with, and then like Ninth Wonder, she's with them.
She fight.
So
I could tell in the performance she was like a deep artist though.
She fight.
Like she thorough with hers. I could tell.
And even like the visuals that she's giving on her latest album Eve, it's just great. But you need to do yourself a favor.
I will.
Yeah.
I promise y'all I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna indulge.
All right, man. Being that you are a rap artist, man. We talking hip hop before we get into your music. You know what I'm saying? What do you think about bars? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you one of the people who like lyrics, or is like, you know what I'm saying? You kind of like it's all about the vibe.
I feel like it's a little bit of both. Me, man, when I create, it depends on where I'm going.
Yeah.
Or how I feel at the time before I write a record or whatever. But at the root of me, I think it's always about bars. And substance. As long as it got some content to it, you ain't gotta make me like
super deep.
You ain't gotta do something that's outside of your comfort zone. You ain't gotta overdo it. But it's gotta be about bars. I'm a very like I listen to like a lot of Styles P, Kiss, Talib, you know, so it's like I'm like an old hip hop head, but I'm accepting. I'm open arms to like all new forms too. So it's like it's got to be some substance and some bars too.
It got to be a standard.
I got to be able to bob my head and be like, look at her real quick. Like no, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like for real. You know what we come from in the country, man. Like
a little nasty face.
We got our own little nest of like back in Bryan County, North Bryan County, we have like our own little nest of like hip hoppers. You feel me? And so like to get noticed in that bundle of talent with so much talent comes from our area. It was like, man, you had to be like almost lyricist. You couldn't just be like what they would call a studio or a week or your peers to tell you about it. Simple as that. So it's got to be about bars, man.
I mean, I feel that. I mean, because a lot of your music, especially the one that we got playing, I'm gonna have that link below. But it feel good. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you saying something, and it was like to me, it was like. A lot of young boys, I get where they coming from, because a lot of the old cats, we kind of, you know what I'm saying, stepping on them like they ain't got no skill, and it's like, nah, they just got a new way of creating, but at the same time, a lot of them don't understand why they feel this way, because it's like, you can't water it down to it's not a standard, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, this is a craft, you do you, how you do you, but at the same time, you can't expect us to be like anybody can come in. No, you gotta be good.
Yeah, you gotta
be good at it. You know what I'm saying? It's like
the tools definitely gotta be positive.
It's a standard. It's like everybody just can't walk in the NBA.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta have a certain skill set. You know,
right,
like,
bro. I agree.
So like how the game is today, your honest opinion, what you think the game look like? As far as the hip hop game, is it something good for you? Do you think it's going in a bad direction? You think what's your honest opinion?
The way the game is with hip hop today, I feel like it's a lot of pros and cons with it. I feel like the pros are a lot of the artists in hip hop are able to get a bigger bag these days than they were back in the day. They can access money, do shows on the road, cut out the middleman, be a direct consumer. You know what I'm saying? They can put out merch like
money
true, you know what I'm saying? The money's there, so like. You see more Meek Mills and Lil Babies become entrepreneurs behind the music rather than back in the day where TLC like had 3 number ones or whatever, but they were broke.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like that part of it. I'm like I always applaud, but it's like I think we are losing a little bit of like what we were talking about previously with the bars. I feel like a little bit of the content is slipping because it's so watered down. They water us down so much. Like if you don't feel certain, if you're not with the current wave, then this artist might get pushed to the back a little bit. While these artists up here are with this wave that might be on the new drug wave or the rich flashy female wave or whatever. It's like a lot of those Talib Kweli's and Kanye's and Papooses are not being heard because we're kind of being watered down with like what they call like mainstream. But with some of these platforms like this, man, and like different things across the internet, now like we all got a chance now though. Like, we got a bigger dog in the fight.
So I like that. Let's being that we is here to talk about trap. You know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of like where would we put you in the game? You know what I'm saying? Like you got you know what I mean. You got Cole. Like we all know what Cole at. You know what I'm saying? Like you got the Kendrick. You know, even though they can do multiple things, you know they lane. And then you got Lil Baby.
Right.
Like, we know Lil Baby. We pretty much clubbing to. We know with Cole. We riding in the car. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kendrick, he a little more diverse. He can kind of swag in both lanes, but he still got his own. Like where we put you? Are you multi? Or it's like with me, I know where I'm at. It's like I know I'm not the club artist.
Right.
I'm gonna make some songs that's gonna feel good that you can maybe put on. You know what I'm saying? Like this like barbecue type deal, but I know I'm not a club artist.
Right.
So it's like. Where you at in the game?
Yeah, they force you like we gotta market you some kind of way. What you gonna give them?
I'm gonna tell them to give me a stage and let me see. Let the crowd tell you where they want to put me at. Cause me, man, I kind of like what was the previous artist's name? I forgot.
Portia.
Kind of like Portia. Like I come from a family of music, so like I get a little inspiration from gospel, country, rock. You know what I'm saying? So like, I know I would be classified as hip hop, but don't be surprised if I add like a lot of melody to my music, or
you do add a lot of melody.
Don't be surprised if I walk you down some different lanes. And like when I was younger, on the T.P. lane, when I was younger back in the Don P days, and me and Meatball, and back when we were younger, I had more of a chip on my shoulder. I wanted to prove that I could rap better than everybody. You know what I'm saying? It was all about healthy competition, not like wanted to hurt anybody, but everybody wanted the number one spot. These days it's more like I'm older, you know what I'm saying? I've learned some things, I've got older, got wiser a little bit. Life is like taking me down like a couple different avenues. So it's like I'm more on a storytelling type tip. So it depends on how I'm feeling before I create, like how it's gonna come out. So I wouldn't really know like a specific lane to put me in.
Do you think that people, because of a lot of the collaborations that are happening, in music now, do you think it's kind of maybe even subconsciously influencing how rappers? Because when hip hop came out, it was like a purity to the genre.
Yeah. Right.
But now where you got maybe you could have Drake is not fair because he's obviously a good crossover. But if you got like maybe Kendrick, if we want to partner her up with Ariana Grande so we can play her on Pop Top 40. And do you think that maybe that be subconsciously influences maybe somehow rappers create now? And it might be stealing away from the authenticity of what they would make if they didn't realize the opportunity was there.
Yeah, because it's like when you hear the word crossover,
like,
the first thing you think about is like dollar signs, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like if I cross over, that's more audience, that's more dollars for me to make. So once you get into the business side of music, it's like I probably would never ever do a song with Ariana Grande, but if it felt good at the moment and I can get in the creative space to create what I do, I probably would, you know. It's all about making good music for me. Like it's not really. I don't have to be on a rap track. You know what I'm saying? I can be on any type of track as long as the song is actually good. I'm okay with it.
Actually, when I hear your music, I will put you more in a Drake lane.
I appreciate that,
yeah,
bro.
I would,
that's humbling.
Because how you make your music, it was like people can say what they want to. I mean, but Drake may not. I wouldn't put Drake in top MC because he don't write all the music, but he do write music. A lot of stuff. I mean,
but you still gotta deliver, even if you didn't write it. You still have to deliver. The way he puts it together,
but at the same time, like he don't
got.
He not had like nobody's writing his rap as far as we know, and like hey write this. It's like they in a room together because Kanye do it.
Yeah.
And he basically rap, and somebody might say this instead of that.
I think it's such a. I think we should stop like shaming people for using the collaborative writing process. Because you still gotta deliver. Like my favorite Whitney Houston, my favorite singer, she didn't write none of her songs, but she's the only one who could stand there and deliver like that. So everybody that influences Drake's songs as far as writing, could they deliver? The responsibility of delivery falls completely on the artist.
Right.
You know?
I mean, that's where he a genius at. Now I'm not saying that I mean,
and he sings too though. He sing?
He do sing. He do sing.
You sing too?
He do sing.
But
it's not singing
melodic.
I hold a tune, yeah.
Okay.
I try to hold a little tune
let's
here and there.
Let's just go to the track and see what y'all think. You know, we're gonna let the track speak.
All right.
Okay.
Because man, this is why I put him in a Drake.
I appreciate it, bro.
Oh shoot, wrong artist. Hold up.
It's hard though.
It was hard now. Okay, listen. Man, this the hook. But you pretty much carry the same vibe going into the verse. Let's play a little bit of the verse. This guy's so hard, dude. I like it. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I have a question for Ball Game, because both of you guys are artists, hip hop.
Yeah.
Do you think that hip hop necessarily means rap? And the reason I ask that, because I remember when Kanye West put out 808s and Heartbreaks and sang most of that album.
That was one of
it
the
was
one of the best albums.
It's one of the best, but then it still gets categorized as hip hop, but it's not heavily like rap based. But does the music influence the genre more than the lyricism?
I don't think hip hop is necessarily always rap. Okay. I mean it's really hard to explain, but it's like it's an art form. It's pretty
way
much
of life.
Yeah, it's pretty much a way. It's pretty much hip hop ain't nothing but poems put to a beat.
Yeah.
It's basically man. I kind of like. We ever seen Brown Sugar? I know y'all seen Brown Sugar. Yeah. It's like that, man. Hip hop is like really like that for me.
It really is like that.
It's really like that for me. Like not even playing. Like it's how we dress, how we rock our hats.
It's a culture.
It's everything.
It's a culture.
Rap just happened to be the heartbeat of what that is. It don't even have to be rap. It could be R&B too. I think hip hop is more like the lifestyle, and like R&B and like rap are like the little avenues. You know what I'm saying?
That's a really nice way to put it.
That is facts. I mean, because just like we were saying, hip hop is a young thing, so it's like as we growing, we expanding it. Still hip hop,
yes,
right? But it's like we kind of.
That's why I would say to answer your question, I would say yes. Cause I feel like hip hop started out battling. It started out as a word play, like see who can lyricize the most, and like over time, it's just changed a lot. We got to be willing to, I think, go with the times a little bit. Like, I don't think we should put no cage in nobody's creativity.
No, you shouldn't do that.
You know what I'm saying?
You shouldn't do that.
If they go in the box and they record it and they come out and they say, all right, let's drop it. We should be able to scrutinize it now. You know what I'm saying? We like it or not.
Oh, that's gonna happen.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, as far as like where to put it at, no, I feel like it's hip hop.
I don't think we should judge people's creativity, but no matter how different it is, it got to be good.
It do.
You know what I'm saying? It was like you got like. You look at a Young Thug, you know what I'm saying? Young Thug is different in all the world. But
I wasn't with him.
I wasn't with him at first because just the whole shenanigans. Like I'm
gonna keep it honest.
At first, I ain't even listen to his music, but then I actually listened to some of Young Thug music, and even though I don't rock with everything, dude fire.
But you know, it's like he's talented. It's like you may not like everything. I don't like everything he does, but he has a way of getting into the track.
Yeah, he fire.
Like most people can't. Like it's like he finds like these little pockets and gets in there. He's not rapping over the track. He's not partnering with it. He's like in it, and it's like
when I listen to Ooh and a song he did, I think the dude's name was Jamie XX. It's called Good Time. When I listened to those two tracks,
he fire.
I knew like okay, bro.
Yeah, he fire. Yeah, I did the same thing.
Like she say, and like when you record with different engineers and stuff, and you see like them work with another artist, you might go hear them like tighten their voice and they get a sound. It kind of like makes you look into what Thug is doing. Like, oh, so that's what he's doing.
Thug fire.
You know what I'm saying? That's what he did when he went in there when he went, like on the pitch correct or whatever like that. It's like he knows how to get into a note, and even though I'm not lyrical, I'ma still make you ride with me because like I just got you. Like I got you on this vibe with me. Like my sounds are tight, high pitch and getting the high pitch is tight. Like everything is just my swag. I'm not biting off nobody. This is just 100% Thug.
Authentic. Yeah. It was like when I really got into it, I'm like, okay, he is fire. Like I said,
fire, bro.
I ain't got to rock with all the music to say that he fire.
Yeah, it only took me 2 tracks. I was like, yeah.
It was like
the Jeffrey track is the one that got me.
Jeffrey fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm with that. So I'm like, you got your own unique lane, and that's what I'm like. People need to hear that. And it was like, it's a whole crowd out there. So like, man, like, is you doing this out of just love, man? Or you trying to reach and make this what you do, or is this something that you just strictly doing out of a hobby? I'm doing this.
Man, with me, it's purely a hobby. It will make me happy, and in my life, I almost feel like it's chasing me a little bit. So I just kind of go with the flow.
Can't get rid
I've tried to leave it alone so many times, bro. With working and all types of things. It's like I've done gospel rap. I rapped in church.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? And I would still rap in church today if like I had an opportunity. If I knew like the message that I can convey was gonna help somebody. If it was coming from a sincere spot, I would do it today. Like, I ain't got no shame because I know where my talent come from, and I know I wouldn't be able to do nothing without him. So like the door will always be open in my heart. He's still working on me a little bit, you know.
Yeah, but you were there, but in the room.
But you know, that's what it is for me, man. Like I'll be making music. Like, I meant that. I'll be making music as long as the equipment around. I've been trying to run from it, but when life give me stories and situations, I go through more stuff. It's like a real therapy for me.
See, I'm gonna keep it real because you and my homegirl Portia said that, and it was like seeing that is a common thing because she was saying that she kept trying to leave and it kept calling, just like you saying. It's like man, I think that's God's will. That's God's way of saying. Because I'm the same way. Like if I
still got some work to do.
Like if I really tell people how many times I try to like eat all the true motives. Like if I really pull back the curtains and tell how many times like I done literally prayed and say, God, can you take this away from me? You know what I'm saying? Because if this is not for me, can you please take the feeling away?
Right.
It was like I can't.
Sincere prayers.
Because I'm like I can't. Just like so you can't shake it, and it's like you gotta listen to that. You know what I'm saying? Not to get too spiritual in this thing, but it's like I look at life like this. It was like we all gonna be judged at the end, and it's like we be so focused on you going to hell, you going to heaven. It was like I'm not even talking about that judge. I'm talking about a lot of people gonna get before God, and they gonna be going to heaven. But it's like God gonna say, you know what I'm saying, what you did with what I get. It's like basically you owe the world to give them what God put inside you. That's that nagging feeling. Mm-hmm. That don't mean you gotta go multi-gold. Right. That's always the goal. Right. I'm not saying don't aim, because I aim for world tours. But at the end of the day, you owe the world to give what's inside of you, because you're the only person in the world who can fill that gap. Right. It was like okay. Yeah. My pastor put it like this. It was like there's a problem, and God created a solution, which is you. Yes. And He wrapped the body around it. And so you feel that. You know what I'm saying? It was like, and a lot of Miles Monroe said the richest place in the world is the graveyard, because so many people die without doing, so many books not written, so many songs not saying, so many businesses not started.
And it becomes a combination of what is my gift and what have my experiences been, and will I be a good steward? So like your experiences will come through whatever gift God gave you. Yeah. And then you get to reach everybody who may have experienced a similar thing. But let's say everybody who experienced what you experienced, the ones that listen to hip hop and went through that, they need you. Right. If somebody went through it and didn't listen to hip hop, then maybe you're not for them. Yeah. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I have a responsibility to God to be a good steward over the gift He gave me, which is the outlet, and also the experiences that seem to have nothing to do with anything, but they come through the stories I tell, and that's the people I get to reach. And then it becomes a stewardship issue.
Exactly.
And that's why I don't judge how I make music, almost for that exact same reason. Somebody who might not listen to a song I do when I'm rapping, might listen to Where the Wind Blows and be like, you know what? I can get something from that. So like that's why I never like put myself in a box. However, when I go into the studio and create, I leave everything in there. Like when I come out, like I'm satisfied with like how it sounded, with the mix down and everything. You know what I'm saying?
And it's you. I've been saying this all day, but like Audrey said this thing. You know what I'm saying? I've been saying this all day. You know what I'm saying? But it was like it's fire because I want you and I want everybody that's listening. Just break it down for the people real quick. Just one more time. I've been pulling it like.
So let's say it to the camera.
Yeah.
Listen. You have to show up in the world as yourself. If you cover who you are, there are people who are supposed to be connected to you, who are supposed to find you, whether they're your friends, whether they're your spouse, whether they're your audience, but they can't find you if you cover yourself up in somebody else's gift or somebody else's clothes. If you put a mask on for somebody else, your people are looking for you, but they can't find you until you decide to show up as yourself, take off all the masks, take off all the cover up, and be like, you know what? I'm going to show up in my life as myself. And if you've maybe been friends with some people who, and while you were covered up, maybe they're friends with who you pretended to be. So when you become free to be yourself, some people might fall off, but it's okay because they weren't friends with who you really were anyway. And so it may give you a lonely period of feeling isolated, but if you hang in there in that moment, continue to show up as you, you'll attract those people who have been looking for what you bring to the world. So you've got to show up as yourself so your people can find you. You can't live in this mask and expect to get an audience, not the one that God created for you.
And that's being authentic. That's the last time I get you to say that.
All right.
I know she's tired of it, but it was like, it was like that's what
Just show up as you.
That's what I get.
People can't find you if you
like,
hiding.
You are like people can tell. Like I can tell. You know what I'm saying? Like you are like I know you from before everybody else here know you.
Yeah.
And it was like
long time.
I saw you rap in the church. Like I know.
Yeah, you did.
I know your upbringing. And it was like at the end of the day, God needs people to be authentic. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That I tell people that, and also I don't paint a fake picture. Now don't get it twisted. God has standards, and he has the highest of standards.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, that's where your relationship with Him comes. Because God's like, when I first started rapping, I tried to do it the way religion told me to do it, and it was like I was fighting against what I was supposed like. This thing like. Was basically telling me I was wearing that mask. And it was like, that ain't you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm making song after song after song. And it was like, that ain't you. And it was like, God was telling me, I made you to be you.
Me personally, I don't think ministry should ever be only G-rated or PG.
I agree. I was going to say that earlier.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I literally believe
you can't be afraid to play the gospel art with an E.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like,
explicit. That's gonna be crazy. Gospel.
It'll be impossible to reach all the cracks and crevices if you do it. If you do that.
And that's. I mean, that's people need to see the truth. That's why I said, because it really took me a while, and then basically my pastor had to pull me aside. He was like, look, what God called you to do, it's really not for this building. Right. Like my pastor told me that he was like, you're gonna be here, but you're not really called to speak to the ones in this building.
Right, bro.
And it was like, okay. You know what I'm saying? I get it. You gotta, and it was like, because people in real situations, so they need to hear, it was like people out here strung out on addictions, on depression. Right. It was like, they need to hear the real deal.
And need to know somebody that been around the same elements they've been from.
Out and give them hope.
And the thing is, the Holy Spirit, if you got the Holy Spirit for it, He'll keep you appropriate. But if your life has been explicit, then the truth of your lyrics are going to be explicit. I'm not saying you're going to be inappropriate. I'm not saying that you won't have tag, right? But it's just like, this story is explicit, and there's no way around it if I'm going to tell the truth. And sometimes you got to get... Seriously. I think maybe sometimes gospel artists maybe dance around that.
It is.
I don't know what y'all
I mean, I know you're not considered gospel artist, but it was like people who, anybody who got a faith is like, it's this wall that we want to be creative in, but it's like there's this thing. It's like these unwritten rules that you're not supposed to say, you're not supposed to do, and that's what I got to. That's why now I'm more free than ever. That's why I love people. Like, I mean, 'cause it's a lot of people in the industry right now that people listen to that are giving their faith in music, and people not even catching it. All they hear is good music.
Right.
All they hear is good music, but they're not like, if you listen to Kendrick talking.
Yeah.
He talking that talk, but people not, you know what I'm saying, people not catching. Like, I'm not saying
real like
I'm not.
Let me ask, is it church people that's not catching it, because the people who speak that language
they
catching it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we got to be okay with. I'm not for that. A lot of gospel artists are gonna have to reconcile, or hip hop or whatever faith-based artists are gonna have to reconcile themselves to the truth that I may not be for quote unquote church people, and that's fine because they got their Donnie McClurkins and their Shirley Caesars and their Mary Marys, and there are people for them. But for all the people that won't reach, God said, I need y'all.
That's facts.
You know?
I feel like he gave us that example from the get-go with Jesus, though. I literally feel like that. Like,
why you say that?
The story that, cause I grew up with a single mom, and you knew my mom a little bit. Like, she made sure I knew, like, God for real.
No, I knew you came up like
she made sure I knew that. So like, when I studied God, everywhere that Jesus walked, once God prepared him for his walk, it wasn't never no cleansly place with a bunch of saints. He was always in the ghetto. He was always in the slums.
In the hood.
And then his quote unquote gang or his disciples that he put from around him, all of those guys were from hard walks of life.
But you know how God showed it to me, and this was kind of, it was like, I was reading, and I don't know, God got a funny way of teaching you, but I was reading, and you know how Jesus spoke in stories,
parables,
and it was like, that's what my music is.
Exactly,
it was like I take real life stories.
Yeah.
That's what I be telling people. It's like I might, okay, God says, love your neighbor as thyself, and love that God with all their heart, their mind, and that. I don't come out and say that. I take that same idea and I wrap a song around it.
Yeah.
Good music. I wrap a song around that whole idea. Like, it basically like Jesus wasn't. I mean, sometimes he said this is the kingdom, but when he was telling them stories, he was giving them the kingdom of God in a story.
Right.
And it was
and it went wherever it needed to go. So he's like, I know all of the kingdom. What you know, farming, bet. If you know farming, you know how when you put a seed in the ground and this happens, and when you plant a seed, you're gonna expect the seed that you plant to grow. The kingdom just like that. So his whole thing is like,
very smart guy.
He knows the whole kingdom, and so God gave. Like, so for the people who grew up like this, I need Willie. For the people who grew up like this, I need Trap. For the people who grew up like this, I need Audrey. It's all the same kingdom. Yeah. And we're the parables that he's sending out to the world, you know?
She's educated. This is my last episode as the host.
Stop it!
Audrey is the new host of No Labels.
She dropping jewels though.
No, she fired. She fired. Man,
the further Willie G, always.
Tell the people how you can get connected on Facebook. You got any music online? Like, you got any music on iTunes, or is it all on SoundCloud right now?
Everything's on SoundCloud right now. I won't be putting any more music on SoundCloud. I'm about to take it to the next level. You know what I'm saying? Jumping on all major platforms around March. But I want everybody to look out for my two new artists I'm working with, SG Juva and Mellow Yellow.
Hold on. We got to chill real quick before we end. So basically, you starting a label, or what you doing with that?
Yeah, man. I'm kind of starting.
Drop that heavy weight right at the end.
You gotta say that at the beginning. What's going on?
No, take a sip.
I mean, I've been kind of putting a little bit of work in behind the scenes, so you know, just being out here, man, I've been able to make some pretty healthy relationships in certain places. So I'm about to just try my luck. You know what I'm saying?
Incredible.
So you got two artists under you?
Yeah, I got two young artists. One on 17, one on 21. Both on Real Fire Guys. On SoundCloud, you actually hear both of them featured on some of my tracks.
All these links gonna be below. So legit. What's the name of what you got working on? Is it under you as an artist or
yeah, we are Skrilla Gang Music Group.
Skrilla Gang.
Yeah.
Okay.
Skrilla Gang Music Group, man. We're gonna be hopefully hitting y'all with a lot of dope stuff for 2020.
So what you trying to? I mean, before we end out, because I just gotta hit that real quick. Cause it's like, so what you trying to do? You trying to be like an artist helping them out, or you trying to basically build the actual?
I'm a realist at the end of the day.
Yeah. Okay.
And like I always say, I'm gonna always be making music, but like.
You got the entrepreneur thing in you too.
Right. And like I seen what so much of us caught a void at a young age, and where we was missing it at. When like we had the talent, but certain like times are the essence when it comes to like this music thing. That's just reality of it. If you got all the right pieces in place, and then if you make it happen outside of that window, it's kind of like a blessing from God, or it's like the lottery. So it's like what I'm trying to do with my two young homeboys is just, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to give them all the cheat codes that I didn't have or we didn't have. We was really trying to get on and really become artists. So I'm gonna try to like fill that void a little bit with them.
So is it like more like a label or a mentorship, or just all of that together, kind of?
It's a label, but I definitely will be mentoring them through our relationships. They're like my little brothers, man. Like they're my real little brothers.
That's T.R.A.P. All right, well. Yo, this is No Label Podcast. I am the host, Willie G. This is my co-host, Miss Audrey, and we love y'all. Deuces.